We're going to be working in the greenhouse today. I have these containers here. I want to get them planted up something simple, but it's going to bring the pizzazz. I do have soil left in them, but we are going to be swapping the soil out. I'm totally obsessed with the look here that the ferns gave these containers. At first they were kind of dull, and all it took was just popping a fern in here and we got instant impact. I want to clean a little bit to make sure that we keep everything tidy. And up underneath my containers here, I do have a silver pan. I'll link the video where I tell you guys where I get these from and why I use them, because if you're still using plastic up underneath your containers, throw them out. I do have white in this room, and I know. Just hear you saying it, and you are absolutely right. Why would anyone put white in a greenhouse, a sunroom? Well, it just all depends on the person and the design that they're wanting or what they're willing to give and or take. So for me, I'm willing to, do the extra work that it takes to have white in an area like this. Now, from far away, these chairs may not look as bad as they look in person, but I'm going to show you how I clean mine. Now, what I like to do is I take a utility cloth, microfiber. I take my vacuum cleaner. And I just get in and I remove the dust. Be dropping these chairs off to get service, and if I find that it's too much, then I'll just go ahead and have them reupholstered. Really do like the look and the vibe that it gives in this room, but I'm going to get these back in their place every season that it turns, except for the spring, because the spring is very busy and this whole entire room is filled up with inventory. Okay, and seedlings and so on, just waiting to be planted for my spring show. Last and final thing that I want to do, I like to try to hit my window sills, the ones that I can reach. For right now, I am going to just kind of go along and spot clean and just get the areas that I see, and that way everything should, just make things look a little bit tidy. By the time I finish, it'll probably be late. I'm just going to spot clean a little bit. planting up around the beans, and it's a nice day. I love the ambiance outside. Even though I have a small space, I want to start taking more control over my food sources because it does add security. So this cassette, you can find these online for seed storage. You can find them at Hobby Lobby as well. And I find that they come in handy for storing my seed packets, and they fit in here nice and neat, and it's easier to find things when you're looking for them. Now, I do need to come up with some type of labeling system here because you guys, sometimes it can take me quite a while to find some seeds. Here they are. All right, so we have our pole beans. We can get started. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to label it. A pole bean in here. Put the marker away so when we need it again, we can find it. Now, since it's kind of hot outside, I'm going to go ahead, put the seeds up, and then we'll get our tray that we're going to be planting these beans up in. Using regular potting soil here. What I like about beans is they're really large in size, so it makes it easier to handle them. So I just go in and I just start putting them in. And I just go ahead and push them down. I ran out of beans at my last 3 sales, so I am going to mark off this right here, this cell right here, but then also I'm going to go ahead and plant 3 bush beans right here. It's a different variety but same type of bean. So let's run in and get the seeds real quick. Good thing I set it right here on my counter. All right. All right, so all we need is, we got our seeds here, and I'm going to go ahead and make my label out real quick for our bush beans here. Bush beans are going to be an excellent choice If you have a smaller garden like mine, or you're just really limited on space, for me, I'm limited on the amount of space. So since I have those 3 cells that's open, it gives me opportunity to go ahead and pop in 3 plants right here. So I'll continue to get different types of green beans. I have the packet of bush beans here, so I'm just going to go in and just pull out 3 of these beans. And remember, with your beans, you want to do belly side down. And actually, so Alright, so that should be enough. Take these big pieces of mulch. I just take those and just toss them in my garden wherever I'm at. If I'm on the inside, of course, that's not what I do. Alright. Looks good now. So I have my bush beans in here. I'm going to put my lid on top of them, and it shouldn't take long to germinate. I don't know what I was thinking, because I should have already had all of my amaryllis bulbs outside soaking in the sun. One of the positives about this is I like to set certain amaryllis to the side of my inventory, and then I like to put them in rotation, because during the winter time I like to have amaryllis bulbs that are in bloom, and we do beautiful, or at least I think, arrangements. And I've been doing this for a very long time, and I just love being creative. And so, you guys, I am going to start prepping these bulbs to get some green growth on them, and I may or may not force them to bloom this season. It just all depends on how well they do from now up until the time that I have to put them in bloom, because in order for your amaryllis bulb to put out those beautiful blooms, you really have to already have energy going into the bulb. So I should have already had green growth coming out just like this. It should have been a lot greener, and it also should have been already leafed out by now, soaking in the sun for the summertime, and then that would have caused the bulbs to get bigger. Now, sometimes I will not always put everything into bloom, especially if I'm trying to multiply my amaryllis bulbs. So if I'm trying to propagate them, which I'll show you this one right here, this was one of the ones that I wanted to propagate and try to get it bigger. You can do this if you had amaryllis bulbs that were kind of sitting in your plant room. They have trickled down. They're not really doing anything. They haven't put on any green growth. You guys can also use this too. So first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be removing these amaryllis bulbs from these containers here. And that way I can go ahead and get them potted up into one of these containers. And then I can put these containers right here back into container storage. So I'm so behind this year. All this week I've been playing catch up on different little things. We're gonna start off with some fresh soil here. So I just did 2 scoops. Label up what it is. So this is Amaryllis pink. So I know this is a pink Amaryllis, right? This one right here, Amaryllis pink. Amaryllis pink, Amaryllis pink. These 2 right here are more of like a white striped coral, or more like a kind of like oranges coral, and I love that color. So I'll show you what we're going to do with these 2 right here. So now we're going to use our bulb tone. I'm just putting just a nice amount, because what we're doing is we're waking these up. So we need about 1 more scoop and we'll be good here. So now mix this in real good. I'm gonna go half full, right? Because this one right here, I'm just gonna pop out of here just like that. I'm just going to come in and pop this right on in this container, right? Right at the level that it was at, but I'm gonna just add a little bit more on the side here. Okay, right there. Same thing with this one. So with this one right here, we're gonna pop this out, right? And I think, yeah, just like that. So in this scenario right here, what I do is I kind of just let the excess, whatever is gonna fall away, fall away. I'm gonna take whatever roots come with me. So we got a little bit of soil in the bottom. And this is why this room stays so dusty. This is why this room stays so dusty. Now let's label these 3 for sure, because otherwise we might lose them. Am coral. Right here, this is a red, Amaryllis red. So if you have any like this that's kind of just laying around, just put it inside of the soil, just like when you get them fresh in the fall time, you all. And the reason why I like to do this is because now I don't have to depend on garden centers or the online ordering. They only ship certain bulbs during certain times. So this is giving me more power back in my own hands, so it doesn't stop my show, because I can't get my hands on different bulbs and things. Let me show you this one right here. It has one on the side, so I am going to go in and I'm going to remove this one. So can you see this one on the side here? I'm going to take this off. Now it has its own root system here. So it'll take me a while to actually get a bloom from this, but this is how you can increase the amount of amaryllis bulbs that you have on hand. It needs to go in a bigger container. Roots, I need to tickle those so they stop wrapping around themselves a little bit. I want to say this one is, I think this is a white one. I think this is white. Let's put white in a question mark, or let's just put a question mark. We'll just put a question mark on this one. So I'm just going to come in on the side I think this one is a red and white, and you see it has roots attached, right? Right, so these are processed, right? The ones that do not have any fresh fertilizer, so like this one right here, this one right here. This one is an am coral. This one is an am coral. Okay, so let's do it this way. Okay, so am coral. Okay, so this one is a newly processed, newly processed, newly processed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one, newly processed. Processed that many already? Hold on now. Yeah, okay. So for this one, this one, this one, and this one, this is what you guys do. Go in, get you a little bit of fertilizer, right? And just side dress. Okay, so we got these fertilized. Let's get these set up to water in. We're gonna get everything in this tray here. We're going to water these in just to wake the roots up and let them know that it's okay to start growing. And a little guy here. And it's so dry, it's almost just like running off. All of these amaryllis bulbs are going to soak in, but you guys, I want to show you something really quick. In a few days now, and you guys see we have almost 100% germination. Now our bush beans, they will come up a little bit slower than the pole beans, but that's to be expected. But you guys, these seedlings look absolutely amazing. Look at this, you guys. Look at that. So here we are. This is our close-up. Love to know if you're growing your vegetables in ground, or are you growing them in containers, and or both. Are you growing beans in your garden? If you're not growing any beans, let me know. Are you growing a vegetable garden this year? Drop down in the comment section and let me know. Once they acclimate, I'll go ahead and I'll plant them in the spot that they're going to be going in the garden, and I can't wait to share that with you.